Hey everyone, Hemal Patel here, and in this video we're going to talk a little bit more about the Facebook pixels and using Facebook as an advertising platform in general. I've covered the Facebook pixel in the past few videos, but it's really important that I go over it one more time. I've been getting a few responses from some people who say the content is fantastic, but that they're not getting any sales or conversions on Facebook through their advertising. And I really think it's because of not utilizing the pixel properly, and also number two, not utilizing the Facebook ad platform properly to what it's supposed to be used for. So I'm going to cover the Facebook pixel first of all, and you can see this is one of my ad accounts for my website. You can see that I've had 444 pixels fired, and these are the days it's gone through. And the main thing that I realize that people do not do is customize the pixel for the different pages on their website. So if you are an e-commerce store, you should have a Facebook pixel for page views, which the pixel already comes with. Let me go ahead and actually get the pixel code for you so we can talk about this. So to get the pixel, I'm going to set up the pixel. I'm going to grab that code. And then here it is right here. I'm going to take it over to Notepad. So here's what I'm talking about. Let me get out of here. Go back to... Okay, so this is the code that I have for my website. This is what I'm supposed to put on every single page of my website. That's correct. But if I have a page, you can see right here for leads, I need to differentiate that from the page views that I get to my website. And so all I have to do is, there's this little word right here, page view. All I have to do is change that to lead for the pages where I send lead opt-ins to, and then add to cart. I was kind of playing around with that, and that's why you can see that there's not much data right there. You can see that there's actually 0, but you can see that I did an add to cart and a purchase just to play around with things, even though I don't have an e-commerce store right now. And all you have to do is just change the wording, add to cart, put it to purchase. And what you do is, when people visit my website and they go anywhere on my website, in the front end area, I'll put it as a page view. If somebody goes to a specific opt-in page where I want their email in return for something free to offer them, I'll put the lead code there. And it's the same pixel, it's just changing the word out. And if I have an e-commerce store and somebody adds a product to their cart and doesn't yet make the purchase, that's an add to cart code. And then if somebody actually goes through and makes a purchase, they have the purchase word, right? So all you do is just change out this right here. I want to emphasize how important this is for your advertising. So if you don't get the pixels part right, you're not going to get advertising on Facebook in general. The reason for that is because the main goal for what I do is to drive a bunch of people to my websites. I have one here as an example. There's many websites that I have, and the goal is to send them to the website so that I can see what's interesting them. What I do is I'll create something for cold traffic. I'll create something of interest to them, whether it's a blog post or something, and I'll send that out and people will see that. This works in e-commerce and it works in lead gen in any industry. I've had an issue with one of my students recently who has a product store, and he wanted to use Facebook to advertise his product. So he's immediately trying to sell something to cold customers who have no idea what his brand is about, have never seen the logo before, any of that stuff. And you can't really do that. You need to build some rapport with them first. So what I told him to do is create, if he has a product store, create a blog post on the website talking about the top 3 selling products of this month or something. And what you do is you create an ad around that. It'll be very affordable ad, run it for like $5 a day, and see what people do to the website. So if they come to the website, that means they took action right there. They went from an ad to your website, and that's a page view. So you can advertise to these people, this specific people, using a custom audience later on. But here's the thing. If you brought 100 people to your website and 90 of them were just page views, but 10 of them added the product to the cart and didn't yet purchase it, these are people who are probably interested in buying that product and they just weren't yet convinced. So they needed to either see some sort of discount, or you just need to create an ad and just remind them about the product, and they could be a customer of yours. So, you want, in the beginning, when you have a brand new website or you're brand new to Facebook advertising, don't immediately sell your product. It's gonna kind of fail. You really want to start off with a very low barrier entry, and to do that, you need to just create ads and build rapport and build traffic to your website. Buy the traffic to your website, and then set up the different pixels like I show you here. And you can do so many different ways. Let me show you real quickly. When you come up to set up the pixel, you do copy and paste. And this is the code that you'll be copy and pasting to your website. But then if you click next, you can see all the different event codes that you can use for your website. You can have people who view content. For example, if you have a regular website and then a blog section, on the blog section, you can have this view content code in here. So all you do is go back here, and you have to make sure that's really capitalized and properly set up. But view content means that people just viewed your blog post aside from viewing your website. You have all these different things like initiate checkout, add payment information, all these kind of things that you can do. And you can actually even do a custom event where you can label the different landing pages or different specific products you're pushing stuff to. And what happens is that you get a report down here afterwards on how many people went to that specific area of your website and all the different devices that went to that were being used to go to your website. So you can see, for example, for mine, it's almost all desktop traffic. And what happens after, this is where it's golden. This is where you start really advertising on Facebook, which is the number 2 thing. Number 1 was the Facebook pixel. Number 2 is how to properly advertise on Facebook. And what you do is you get all these people to build interest with your product or your service or whatever it is you're trying to do on Facebook through advertising. You build interest. That's step 1. Step 2 is you come down here and see in the events where the interest was. So if you had, again, like I said, 100 people came to your website and 90 of them were page views and 10 were add to cart, you can decide to come up here and create an audience based on the people who were a certain type of, based on what they did. If they were, if they visited a specific part of your page, you can put it in here or right here. You can put a specific part of your page. So I'll just make one up about. Let's just say I just had a page called About Page, and I wanted people who were interested in me to visit a specific page. And if I can go all the way, I can go really far back and go like 180 days or more. And in the last 180 days, since my pixel was set up on that page, I can target that audience and I can label it people. This is a very random example on the spot, but you can see the power in this, that people who went throughout your website, if they visited a certain blog post or if you bought traffic to your website and they visited a product and there was 10 people who visited a product but didn't purchase, you can target those 10 people and re-show them the product through an ad, and you can target them that way. So it's very important that you do that. Number 1, set up the pixel the proper way. Number 2 is advertise in a very low barrier way, build interest to them, showing some sort of free content giveaway or a top 5 something. If you are a review website, you can compare one thing to another and just give that away for free. What you should be doing, the main goal when you start advertising, is the first ad should be building trust and giving something away for free. And then when you start getting all this pixel information, you can create custom audiences for people who visit a certain page or were in a certain part of the process, and you can advertise to them accordingly. And when you do that, that's when you start making some money. Because if I was selling the product, if I was selling a candle, and if I was promoting that candle to the page views, that would not work out as well as if I promoted it to the people who were on the add to cart, because these people were almost about to buy the candle, they just weren't ready yet. So I can say, hurry up, 10% off before the end of the month, buy now, and that would work a lot better. So in recap, number 1, set up your Facebook pixel properly, and number 2, when you start advertising, start at a very low barrier, give away stuff for free, whether it's your first 1 or 2 or 10 ads. Just give away stuff, have people liking your Facebook page, have people building this audience for you in the Facebook pixel, so that when you do start selling something of value to them, you are selling to a warmer audience, not a completely cold audience. These people know about your brand, they've been to your website, they've probably considered buying a product, and you're going to sell to these kind of people, not to people who have no idea who you are. So if you do it this way, you're not going to see sales right away in the beginning, but you're going to start seeing the big bang for your bucks later on when you are spending money for Facebook advertising. Okay, so if you like this video, please share the video, please like it, so I know that I can make other videos similar to this. And please also make sure to comment below with any questions or comments you have. I look at all the comments, and I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching the video.